8 Ways to Escape North Korea. What if you live in North Korea? According to reports, almost 60% of North Koreans live below the poverty line. Most don't have enough resources to sustain their everyday needs. What if you're part of this 60%? You're a poor citizen living under a dictator. If you simply walked in the wrong lane or commented about the supreme leader's hair, you could go to prison for a long time. What are you going to do? Well, you might think about migrating to a different country, and that's a solid solution for every other country except, unfortunately, North Korea. In the Hermit Kingdom, the government does not allow the citizens to migrate and live in a different country. They don't care that this violates the international covenant or political rights. In all honesty, there's only one thing you can do, which is to escape. North Korea treats escapees as criminals, but what else can you do? Am I right? Only one question remains now. Where would you go? There's only one ideal destination for North Korean escapees. None other than South Korea. They accept North Koreans in the country and treat them as their own citizens, not just immigrants. And to help this cause, here are 8 ways you can use to escape North Korea. 1. The Korean DMZ. Let's start with the hardest one, the Korean Demilitarized Zone or DMZ. The DMZ is the border barrier that separates North Korea and South Korea. It is situated on the Korean peninsula and is 250 kilometers long. It serves as the buffer zone for the two countries. As a civilian, it is almost impossible to escape North Korea through the DMZ because it is the most militarized border in the world. Nearly 2 million soldiers guard it, and they don't hesitate to shoot anyone who attempts to cross it to go to South Korea. A lot of landmines surround the DMZ, and even if you can cross it, you might just run into one and die anyway. A few people have crossed the DMZ, and all soldiers are assigned to guard the border. Hence, the loyal North Korean soldiers are always watching their comrades who might want to defect to South Korea. If they catch you, you either get shot or get arrested. One of the soldiers who successfully escaped North Korea was Kim Kang-yu. He crawled for 4 hours in the thick forest before reaching South Korea. Kim Kang was lucky, but a lot of his allies were not. 2. The wide ocean surrounding Korea. Korea is surrounded by a vast ocean, and there are 2 routes North Koreans can use to escape their country: the Yellow Sea and the Sea of Japan. Let's start with the Yellow Sea. The Yellow Sea is west of North Korea. This is the body of water between China and the whole Korean peninsula. It is also the maritime boundary that separates North and South Korea. As I said earlier, South Korea is the best place to defect if you ever escape the country, and this is the most favorable route for it. Escapees can use boats to South Korea, but it will be challenging. First, because the North Korean government knows defectors can use the Yellow Sea to escape. Many naval forces patrol it, and as soon as these soldiers see escapees, they immediately fire and try to gun them down, making this route very dangerous. If you try a longer route to avoid them, you might find your way to China, something you definitely don't want. China and North Korea have an agreement where China would send back North Korean defectors that reach their country. One of your best bets is to swim to South Korea instead of using a boat. A lot of defectors have done it and succeeded. It's a short swim to South Korea, and there's a lesser chance that a patrol will see you. That said, you still need to be a good swimmer to do it, because the waves are big and the sea is cold. On the other side of North Korea is the Sea of Japan. This route is much safer than the Yellow Sea. There are no patrolling naval forces, meaning you can freely use a boat to escape, and unlike China, they don't send you back to North Korea if you make it to Japan. In fact, they even deliver you to South Korea or anywhere you can be safe. The problem with this route is that it's a very long one. Thus, if you use it, you better ensure a sturdy boat that can handle long travels. 3. Foreign labor mission. North Korea is known for its labor camps. Labor camps are places where people are forced to work under poor labor conditions with very little pay. According to some news, North Korea has 6 labor camps inside the country and almost 45 labor camps in different parts of the world, like Russia and China. North Korea sends some of its workers to camps outside the country for profit. The workers would only receive a small part of their actual salaries, most of which goes to the North Korean government. It has been reported that the country uses the money they get to fund different kinds of military programs. No matter how poor the conditions are in the labor camps, some North Koreans actually prefer going to these camps to staying in the country. The security is not strong, so escape is a real possibility for the workers. Their only problem will be the safety of the family they left in North Korea, as they will pay for the worker to escape the camp. The workers just have to choose. 4. Student exchange program. Like other countries, North Korea also has student exchange programs. Every year, students are sent to different countries to study. Most students are happy to leave North Korea and experience life outside it. That having said, some students go the extra mile. They use this chance to escape North Korea and never return. One student who did just that is Han. In 2013, Han was studying architecture in Paris, France. According to reports, some North Korean students are forced to study architecture to contribute to the architectural projects done in the country. Even if the students were strictly monitored by North Korean agents, Han could trick and evade them. He is undoubtedly inspiring other North Korean students who want to escape the country. Of course, it's not going to be easy. Like other things, your family will pay for it if the Hermit Kingdom finds out about your escape. 5. Air Koryo. Air Koryo is the primary airline in North Korea and is known for its poor services. Many Air Koryo passengers have complained about the unresponsive attendants, the propaganda newspapers, and the lousy food. These are the main reasons why Air Koryo is a low one-star airline. That having said, for North Koreans who want to defect, the airline is an excellent means to escape the country, mainly because it has no armed guards to watch over the passengers and the staff. Still, this way of running could be better since Air Koryo only travels to North Korea's ally countries. And if these countries catch you, they would still send you back to the Hermit Kingdom. If you want to go to countries where defectors are accepted, like South Korea, this way is different for you. If you wish to leave North Korea and are willing to hide in any country, then Air Koryo is a good option. 6. The Olympics and in a soccer team. Another possible ticket for a North Korean to escape the country is his or her talent in sports. Like other countries, North Korea also has an Olympic team. For the athletes, it's a rare opportunity to safely leave North Korea and experience what it's like to live in more democratic countries. They would also love to escape, mainly if they don't perform well in the Olympics, as North Korea punishes their underperforming athletes. They might be closely monitored by North Korean agents. Still, they have a better chance of escaping the country than ordinary citizens in the Hermit Kingdom. You're also given the same opportunity if you become a North Korean national soccer team member. In 2020, North Korea joined the World Cup. The team might perform poorly, but for some players who want to escape the country, joining the World Cup is the easiest way to do it. 7. North Korea-China border. Some defectors have also used the North Korea-China border to escape the country. You can cross 2 rivers to go to China, the Yalu River and the Tumen River. Many escapees use the Tumen River because the water is not high and it's relatively easy to cross. That having said, safety still needs to be guaranteed here, as some North Korean soldiers patrol the area. They might not be as strict and ruthless as the one in the DMZ, but you would still be in grave danger if they saw you. If you evade the soldiers and successfully cross the border, you're still not out of the woods. As I said, China and North Korea have an agreement. If the Chinese government finds out you're a defector, they will send you back to the Hermit Kingdom. You can make your way to the South Korean embassy in Beijing. If you manage to enter it, the Chinese patrols can no longer touch you, and you can now safely defect to South Korea. 8. North Korean Diplomat Corps. North Korea has diplomatic corps and embassies in some countries. According to the news, diplomats and embassy employees of North Korea have small salaries compared to counterparts in other countries. Because of the need for more budget, they often buy second-hand office equipment. They sometimes use their personal money for their office needs. That having, they still have a considerable advantage. These diplomats assigned to different countries can easily defect from North Korea if they want to. Not to mention their connections. One of these diplomats is Tai Yong-ho. He was a former Korean deputy ambassador to Britain. Most of these diplomats have their families situated in Pyongyang. The family serves as North Korea's hostage and will be punished if one betrays to the country. Luckily for Tai Yong-ho, he convinced the government to let him bring his family to London with him. And as soon as his family arrived, they all defected to South Korea. To this day, Tai Yong-ho is still the highest ranking North Korean defector in history.